Hi Sagittarius, how are you? I hope you're doing good, feeling well, and ready to hear about the first half of your summer in love. This is from now until the end of July. I broke up this reading in 3 parts for you. Part 1, or the top part, sorry about that, is now until mid first week of July. Part 2 is from the first week of July to the end of the second week of July. And the third part is from the end of the second week until the end of July. So I tried to narrow it down so you could see when things would be progressing. I'm telling this as a story because I don't know you, the viewer, which side you're on. So I'm just reading Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Remember, in readings, Divine Feminine is an energy, Divine Masculine is an energy. This is not about genders. So just because you're a female does not mean you are a feminine energy. And just because you're a male does not mean you are a masculine energy. So take whatever side resonates to you. There might be some things for you, or the whole reading could be for you. Take only what fits to your life and your story. Don't try to force anything. Don't let anything hurt your heart. If it's not calling to you, it's not your reading. This is a collective reading. So it's for anyone in the collective. It might not be your time. However, we'll be doing another one for part 2 towards the end of July, early part of August, to give further predictions on what will happen towards the end of the summer. So this is just the first half. We'll get right into it in just a second. However, I'm plugging some drinks. Since summer is here and we're all bringing our own beers to concerts and stuff, if you still can, wherever you are, this is made by Smeared Off Ice. It is a screwdriver, and screwdriver is my go-to drink. It's very easy, like cranberry, oh my Lanta, Mercury retrograde, and vodka. If you're throwing a party and you fill your cooler up with these, you're not going to go wrong. Screwdriver is a classic. A lot of people like them, especially men. So if you want girly drinks, but also some men drinks, Smeared Off makes a whole array of flavors. I'm just saying this is something new I saw this year and I tried it. And it tastes like Tang. Not orange juice, but like, remember old school Tang, the good kind? Not like today's Tang. I don't know what happened to Tang, but it's not the same. But this tastes like the old school mixed with some vodka, and it's delicious. So, bring your own beer with some Smeared Off Ice. Screwdrivers! I've been sipping it each video. Also, you know I'm doing the series where I'm trying to lose weight this summer. Another sugar, 0 calorie by Powerade. I'm trying citrus peach. It's very peachy. I'll drink it. It's good, but I'm not sure I'll buy this kind again because peach isn't like, I'm not a diehard peach person unless you put vodka in it. This would be a good drink to add some vodka for your parties as well. It's $1 for each of these, by the way. You can find them in any store. Alright, I'm not getting paid for that. I'm just trying to help you find some good, delicious summer drinks. I'll plug all the ones that I tried. Black Cherry Smirnoff is my favorite. I'll plug that next time. Alright, so let's talk about how the Divine Masculine sees the Divine Feminine. This is like first impressions. So if you already know each other, it could be first impressions from the past, how they're viewing you now, or if you haven't met them, this is what their first impressions will be. It doesn't mean this is how the Divine Feminine is. It's just from the Divine Masculine's perspective. So we have the Seductress. Somebody who's very sexy and alluring that can get what they want with their body. Very sexual energy here. Ooh, Betty Boop. They might have big boobies. Betty Boop also had a lot of sex appeal. Like had that sultry voice like, "Hello, boys." I don't know what Betty Boop did, but you know, she was like a va-va-voom girl. So there's a lot of sexual energy. Probably like your boobies. And Lady Dom, somebody who is powerful in their own right. They don't look to men. They're definitely like, I don't need the fucking patriarchy. I'll make my own mind up. Powerhouse. They like to be in control of their life and themselves. Let's look Oh, sorry. Let's talk about how the divine feminine really is that the divine masculine just doesn't see. We'll compare their first impressions to who they actually are. We have Miss All About Me. Ooh. Okay, I feel like this divine feminine is making a comeback. I feel like they had a lot of energy. They could have been in a relationship where they made their other person their whole center, or their kids their whole center. This person is now taking their power back. This is why they're a lady dom. I'm focusing on my life and I'm focusing on my career right now. So although the divine masculine sees this person as a seductress, like out here just trying to seduce men, they're not. Or the other way around if it's a male. They're all about themselves. They're focused on bettering their life and on work. They're not about relationships or sex. The healer. So this person could be a literal healer, could be spiritual, or they're just trying to heal their relationship and themselves. If they have children and they're going through a divorce, they could be working on healing their family. But I feel like this person in general works in a spiritual sense. It's trying to bring themselves back up to happier vibes. They are a control freak. They're scared to give up control. I really feel like this person was with either someone very narcissistic or very controlling. And for them to break away and get their freedom, now they're afraid to give their freedom to anyone else. This person is obviously clearly very attractive, and I feel like they fell for somebody who is very abusive and wrong in the past, and because of it, they're not willing to relent any control of their life to the opposite sex. Alright, so let's talk about how the divine feminine sees the divine masculine when they first meet. We have the whistleblower. So they could be out here in the world spilling some truth in the streets. Maybe that's how they come forward to meet this divine masculine. They could be out here protesting, trying to get equality, trying to get justice. They could be kicking up a bunch of drama, anything like that. The guardian. Ooh, okay. So the whistleblower, they're speaking up about something because they're protecting. They're being protective of something. Whether it's themselves, maybe they're telling their truth, or they're trying to protect others or the future of where we're going. It's like they're doing something in form of protection. They're out here spilling some truths. And so somebody obviously very powerful and influential. The fireman, trying to put fires out. Okay, so the whistleblower in the sense is not about creating drama. They're trying to put the drama out. They're trying to be defensive of themselves and the people around them and guard their family, their people. Maybe they've gone through a lot of bad press or bad controversy for their business or for them as people. This is somebody clearing their name or restoring a family name. Let's see how the divine masculine really is that the divine feminine just doesn't see in the beginning. The boy next door. So helpful, loving, sweet. They do have a good side, a good nature, a good big brother to other men or a big sister to other women. A community person, someone you can rely on and go to. The lighthouse, somebody very strong who shines a light, definitely recognizing as a light worker here. The gigolo, but they do have a sex addiction. They might even get paid for sexual things, which is, but to me this is like sex addiction or just chases after the experience and is not exactly looking for love just yet. All right, let's talk about divine feminine's nature. We have slave. Yes, remember how I was bringing up the fact where they were in something very controlling. I'm not sure if it's a controlling job or a controlling relationship, but this is them getting out of slavery to their own freedom. They're feeling like a slave, so they're coming across as somebody who's just going out there and trying to party and have fun, but recognize here that this person has probably been stuck at home for years, weren't allowed to have friends, weren't allowed to do things, just very cooped up and quiet. So now this person is starting to have freedom, so they want to go out and they want to have fun. And just because they're doing that, I feel like people are reading them as somebody who's just out for a sexual good time, when really they're just trying to build themselves up. They're fighting for their freedom. And divine masculine over here, the saboteur. Okay, so they're trying to sabotage some kind of, they're out here being a speaker. They're whistleblowing, but I feel like they're trying to sabotage somebody else's momentum, or stop a movement that they don't agree with. They're out here trying to sabotage and destroy, but also build something up at the same time. So if this is like activism, the side that they don't agree with, they could be trying to stop bills from being passed, or they could be sabotaging political events, or some kind of way of setting up who they feel their enemy is. So they're in the energy of, I must destroy something, but I don't feel like it's the divine feminine or your relationship. Let's talk about energies. What energy is the divine feminine giving off to the divine masculine in the beginning? Maya. That's a long name. The joy permitted mother. Somebody very loving, soothing, nurturing, happy. I think they like that about the divine feminine, how nurturing they are and how positive, and like the light goes around their head, like kind of saintly almost. Although they're very sexual, they do see a side of nurturing, that you are trying to take care of yourself as well. So what energy is the divine masculine giving to the divine feminine? We have Queen Esther, the morning star. Star quality, somebody out here doing something good, fighting a good cause, fighting that good fight. Powerhouse. Let's talk about feelings. Divine feminine's feeling like they need to speak up. Maybe divine masculine is an activist for women or other people, any gender who has been oppressed. Maybe you meet at some kind of like support group or activism, because this divine feminine has gone through something horrific. They were a slave. So I feel like this divine masculine does something as far as freedom, or helping them stand up on their feet, or protesting against injustices that also hit home. So I feel like you're kind of meeting in some kind of political forum here. And maybe they're feeling like, I need to speak up about my injustice as well, because they're being influenced by this activism. Divine masculine speaking up, spilling their truth. They want to speak up too. And divine masculine is accept what is dying. So maybe there's some kind of the part of this divine masculine's world that needs to go. It could be family, it could be work, it could be relationships with other people. It could be letting go of their past. There's things that don't serve them that they're like, okay, time to go. So I feel like in the beginning here, you're both cleaning out your suitcase and you have a lot of emotional trauma, and divine masculine is in fight or flight. I need to do something about it, activism role, and divine feminine wants the same thing but is doing it more quietly, into their own like intellect, introvert. That's what I meant to say. Divine masculine's being more of an extrovert and trying to create change, speaking their truth about that, and then divine feminine is doing their work introvert. Like, so two ends of the spectrum, but both meeting in a similar place here. Let's talk about feelings. Divine feminine is just trying to blend in, just trying to seem like a normal person. I'm not exactly sure if they're ready to tell anyone. I really feel like this is somebody who's come through a lot of abuse, and they just want to fit in. They just want to belong and find themselves. They're on a mission to find themselves again. They don't want the attention on them. They don't want a relationship. They're kind of like the wallflower right now because they have so many guards. It's like they haven't spoke up yet about what they endured, but they want to. They're getting to the point. They feel a very big purpose. Like this divine masculine is influencing them in a good way to face their issues and to speak out about it. And they're feeling that this is a sign, especially with all these, this is like chakras as well. Maybe divine masculine does something in the spiritual work as well that's healing this divine feminine. Feeling shelled up. They have a big shell. Like I said, this person went through abuse. I don't know if it's mental, physical, or both. So they have this shell, this hardness to them that really like, if you think about the inside of a turtle is really soft and squishy, and they can get damaged really well. The reason why they have a good quality of life is because they wear that shell. So they feel like they still need this shell. That they don't want to show their soft underbelly to anyone. Divine Masculine is very much trying to own their stripes and own who they are and be themselves and go out in this world and show themselves and fight for things they believe in. They're not trying to look like anyone else or be anyone else. They're accepting difference here. Scorpion to me is like is activism, but they're stinging to wake people up. It's like I don't know if they're initiating discussions that get people talking that might create some venom, but I don't know if they're always doing things in the correct manner and the light. I think this anger from this Divine Masculine keeps them like, they want change, they want to stop something, but they want to get even with someone, if that makes sense. And then Octopus, they have a lot going on. It's like they're trying to get their hands in as many pots to get people to listen. This is very much about activism. So in the beginning here, I think you're both just in your head and you came together for some kind of project or activism, and it's not necessarily about love just yet, but you definitely feel a connection. Details about the Divine Feminine, the fire starter, spacewalk, and the standing ovation. So I feel like if they spoke out about what happened to them in their community, it is somebody who is up in the community that would cause a fire, that would cause some feedback, some public interest. So it's like they're dropping their truth bombs about how they were treated, how they were mistreated of some kind, and then the spacewalk is taking that time for themselves. They spoke their truth. They're standing back, letting it filter through the community. But at the end of the day, I feel like they're getting a standing ovation for speaking up, especially from this Divine Masculine. People are listening. And I feel like in a sense, this is very freeing to the Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine, make it official. And Heartbreak Hotel, and the Anchor. Oh my gosh. So the Divine Masculine is the one that gets the Divine Feminine to speak. Make it official. Stand up and tell the community what you endured, what you went through, how this person really is. Like, who cares if they're in the community? But then Heartbreak Hotel, it's very painful. This is facing pain. This is facing trauma and helping them through it. And the Anchor, they're just trying to be strong. So you come together in some kind of shedding light on something, or just speaking about pain and growth and mental health. It could be anything like that. So Divine Masculine is giving the encouragement to Divine Feminine to let it out of their body, and then applauds them for doing so. And with the Anchor, so this is a friendship. This isn't about something sexual right now in the beginning. This is about somebody who's very hurt, very broken, very broke down, doesn't know where to go, meeting a Divine Masculine who has been through it and has stood up and spoke their truth and knows how to help somebody find their freedom again. So it's like you're helping each other's soul heal. You're both healing through each other and through this friendship. So let's work in the middle here. What energy is the Divine Feminine giving to the Divine Masculine? We have Rita of Cassia. I don't know. The Patroness of Impossible Causes. Seeing this Divine Feminine who has a very big fight ahead of them. They're speaking about something a lot of people don't want to hear about, because I feel like this is somebody very much publicly liked that they're speaking about. And so to this Divine Masculine, it represents somebody who isn't giving up despite what everybody thinks, or people telling them to shut up or to go away. Like, this person is going to fight. So they're definitely recognizing a glow up and a strength in the Divine Feminine. Let's talk about how the Divine Feminine, or what energy the Divine Masculine is giving to the Divine Feminine. We have Lalita, the Red Goddess, playfulness, trying to bring joy into their life, help them find happiness through experience. Like, they want their freedom. So you're doing things, you're going out hiking, doing things that makes this divine feminine happy. So they're seeing you as somebody who's helping them find their happiness. Again, there's a light that's infectious here, which is good stuff. Divine Feminine's feelings are tuning out distractions, focusing on healing, and focusing on just paying attention to the Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine and their current journey. So they're tuning out naysayers, they're tuning out haters. They're just really focused on healing. Divine Masculine is addressing their addiction. So maybe they have some kind of a drug addiction, alcohol addiction, or they just have that white knight, I need to save you complex. They're recognizing something in themselves that they're also trying to heal. Like I said, you're healing each other. This is beautiful. Let's talk about feelings. Rabbit, I feel like there's a shift in energy. Divine Feminine's kind of looking at the Divine Masculine like a very horny vibes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Like they see this person as a great leader that's helping them and healing them, but also feeling very supported. So there's a lot of sexual vibes going on with the Divine Feminine. But they're very defensive of their feelings and they're very protective of this connection. They're hibernating on these passionate feelings because they feel like the biggest purpose right now is to overcome a trauma and that this person is supposed to do that. They're on the fence, this Divine Masculine, they're on the fence right now whether this should be a love thing or just continue on what it is. But there is definitely sexual energy on the Divine Feminine side. The Shark, I feel like the Divine Masculine is feeling a little boxed in, but I feel like this love situation crept up on the Divine Masculine. They kind of took this person in as somebody who needed help. And then they're now starting to feel like, I don't want to say the Divine Feminine smothering them, but they're uncomfortable about the vibes because I think they're definitely picking up on the horny vibes. But this could be them circling to try to figure out more information. But the Deer, they're playing it cautious, playing it safe. They're scared of this Divine Feminine and where this turn of events is going. But they do feel a very strong connection that this is meant. But they also view the Divine Feminine as temptation because they're on this very spiritual journey and they're just trying to heal. And they're like, if I turn this into a sexual thing, am I abusing my position? So they're like, mentor, lover, mentor, lover, going back and forth, very scared. And Divine Feminine is over here horny, but I don't want you to know it kind of vibes. Let's talk about what's going on. Duck for cover, baby feet, and detention. Ooh, Divine Feminine makes a move that is rejected by the Divine Masculine. And it's not out of rejection like the Divine Masculine doesn't want you. It's they feel like you are they're taking advantage of you because you're not healed and you've come through a lot. They want to take this slowly. They don't want to just jump in bed with you. They don't want you to think they're just using your body. So they're trying to establish a real connection. And Divine Feminine's like duck for cover, like, oh, I showed my hand, like maybe you tried to kiss them or maybe you tried to do something sexual. And they were like, So now we have baby feet. So it's like they're creeping around this Divine Masculine because they're a little bit embarrassed. And detention, they're punishing themselves, like, I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that. And like, now they're never going to talk to me again, like feeling a little bit of embarrassment. Divine Masculine over here, the suitcase, clearing out the suitcase. They're doing their own healing work, and they're trying to help their Divine Feminine do their healing work. They're just solely focused on healing. City of Angels, trying to stay in the light, trying to talk to Spirit about this, like, I am feeling some kind of way, but I don't want to take advantage. Blinded by the light. Blinded by their purpose. Like, they have all these romantic feelings. They know they do, but their purpose is to help this Divine Feminine heal. So they don't want to just... It's like they're trying to be professional, if that makes sense. Let's talk about energies at the end of part 1 of your summer. What energy is Divine Feminine giving to Divine Masculine? We We have Shikmet, the red lady, seeing divine feminine as stronger. Like maybe they were questionable in the middle, like maybe you weren't stable enough for something sexual, but now at the end, towards the end of July, they're like, yeah, you're strong, you've overcome a lot, you're confident, you know what you want. What energy is the divine masculine giving to the divine feminine? Fatima, the mother of, I don't know, love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. Just being that spiritual teacher is now seeing the divine masculine with more respect because they stuck to their guns, and seeing them as a savior of some sense, someone who really healed them and helped them. Let's talk about feelings. Divine feminine is facing their adversaries, facing anyone who speaks out about what happened to them, or this could be going to court, this could be facing the public, facing other people in their lives that maybe they didn't have the confidence to before. And the divine masculine is now open for love. It's not just a teacher-student relationship. Now they're really opening up to the fact that it's time to embrace these love feelings. So let's talk about... Okay, yeah. So divine feminine feels like divine masculine is their one. That's only going to bring happiness into their life. Look at how much they've helped them heal, that they have saved them, that they're a golden, like one of the really good ones, having all kinds of good. They look up to this divine masculine. They really respect them. Where are you going, card? But Tarantula, there's a lot of fear here about losing the divine masculine or losing their respect or not being enough. But this is definitely getting the butterflies, the creepy crawlies when this divine masculine's around. Working hard on themselves and working hard on this connection, trying to build a solid foundation. Just willing to put it all on the line. So divine masculine is feeling like this is moving a little fast, that they need to slow the pace down. Yeah, they're willing... It's going to be a long haul and a long process, but they're willing to walk 40 days, 40 nights through the desert for you in dry wastelands. They'll go through hell with you. This is somebody who's in it for the long haul, but they don't want to rush it here. Black egg, they kind of feel like they're a little cursed, like they're a little wrong. You know, we have the golden egg on divine feminine, and this is like yin and yang, so you're very opposite, but this is also like they're feeling like a bad person. They still feel a little bit like they're taking advantage of you in some sense. Some details. Love potion number 9 for divine feminine. All into this love. Feeling swept up, obsessed, very into their partner. The fire truck, but trying to put out any issues between the two of you. They don't want to fight. The warning shot gives an ultimatum. Either you're in this and you want to make it work, or we go our separate ways. They're brave enough to at least say that because they don't want to linger in the imbalance of, is this going to work? Are you going to beat yourself up the whole time? They give the ultimatum like, are you really comfortable with this? If not, I need to go my own way, because now they know their worth and they're strong. The rabbit's foot, divine masculine, starting to get a little horny now, but also feeling very lucky that the situation has come in the path. Recognizing that you're twin flames. And the gift basket, feeling like this divine feminine is a gift. So the warning shot might have woke them up a little bit, but I'm not going to leave it there for you. We're going to go to the Urban Tarot. Please tell me about Sagittarius's part 1 of the summer love story. Doesn't it come out? Oh, okay. Okay, so the day trader. This is like you coming forward and exchanging your stories, telling each other your truth so that this divine masculine can be some kind of spiritual healer. I feel like it happens fast. This relationship develops fast. As far as the journey and self-healing, this divine masculine jumps right into working with this divine feminine. They both gain a lot. You both gain a lot from each other, especially spiritually and mentally. This divine feminine gets a glow up, has confidence, but this comes fast because of the nurturing nature of the divine masculine. Yeah, ending addictions for both of you, ending pain, ending toxic relationships. You're both helping each other do that. This fortitude is you're willing to fight it. You're willing to go through hell for each other, and you have. This healing process has been really hard. But your divine masculine isn't giving up on the divine feminine, and divine feminine is not giving up on the divine masculine. In the beginning, divine masculine was the matriarch. In the end, divine feminine is the matriarch. So although the divine masculine came in to help the divine feminine, there was healing work that the divine masculine needed to do that wouldn't have been done had they not met this divine feminine. How does it end, Spirit? Part 1, anyway. Ooh. All right, part 1. There's a change. There's a defeat to this. To me, this defeat is talking about the person the divine feminine is sticking up to, or whatever bully they need to stand up to. They are getting over that. The one who abused them or held them down. The person that played with fire so much with them. But then we have, this is a spiritual teacher in this sense, which is the divine masculine, is the Hierophant to this divine feminine, is a spiritual teacher helping them to defeat their devil, the thing standing in their way, the thing that helped them cause pain. But this is the this is the, how do I explain this? The block in your love language, because divine masculine, normally they feel very wealthy, very strong, very fulfilled, but they feel like they're going down the wrong path, that they're dishonoring themselves by stepping out of being a spiritual teacher and being a romantic partner. Again, with that feeling like they're taking advantage of you, which makes the divine feminine feel cruel a little bit. But this could also talk about maybe the divine, I'm going to get a clarifier, but I have a feeling this Hierophant could be somebody who the divine feminine is married to or in a long-term commitment that took their wealth and was cruel to them and created all this strife in their life. But I kind of feel like this is them deciding to be a spiritual teacher so that they don't lower their worth in their profession. They kind of say it in a harsh way that causes strife between the two of you. How will it end, Spirit? I can't leave it here. Will they be together at the end of part 1? Divine Feminine's going to be disappointed. I don't feel like it's over, but for the end of part 1, there's going to be a separation because Divine Masculine isn't ready to step out of their role of teacher and become lover. They still feel like they're taking advantage of you or pushing you too hard. But they do have this Ace of Cups. They do have love for you, but this is about you made a love offer. Divine Feminine makes a love offer to Divine Masculine and is disappointed that her or whoever the Divine Feminine's cup is not returned. Aww. But there is love. This Divine Masculine does feel love between you. Does want love with you, but feels like for some way they can't express it. They can't tell you the truth. There's some restrictions here, and it might be with their profession, or maybe they're married. With Hierophant can also be married. Maybe they can't offer you what they want because they're married. Ooh, Devil and Ace of Wands. So yeah, there's a codependent situation. Spiritual teacher and the devil to me is they feel like that's going towards their evil. Giving into their sexual advances would be giving into the dark side, or feeling like the divine feminine only wants them because it's like, you know, when somebody saves you, and sometimes people get crushes on whoever rescues them. It's like some kind of savior sexy time vibes, and I feel like the divine masculine might feel the divine feminine is caught up a little bit in the wrong feelings just because they helped them overcome. Or maybe they're just not ready. But there is going to be some stalking. There are, just because you're going to separate towards the end, they are going to keep an eye on you. Yeah, I think they're going to be back for the second half of the summer. They're trying to figure out how they can come in. I feel like during the separation, the divine masculine's going to be like, I fucked up. Like, I fucked up. I should have taken their feelings as real and not just fake. I feel like in some way you're going to prove that to them. One more for you. You're going to play with fire. You're going to be the one out there risking it all in the end, divine feminine. But I think the separation is absolutely necessary for you two, and which will ultimately bring you back together stronger. So it's going to be a little rocky, but overall you're both going to do a lot of healing and a lot of growing as people, and you're going to learn to love yourself in the beginning. And I feel like the second part of the summer will be learning how to love each other. But you can't love each other until you love yourself. So this is a very necessary step in your journey. So hold on, don't lose hope. I do feel like this divine masculine will come back in the second part of the summer. But you can check me back out at the end of July, early August, when I do your second horoscope reading. Hang in there. This is good stuff, even though it was hard to hear and it's going to be a little rocky. I only see good things coming out of it in the long run. Love is never easy, but always worth it. So hang in there. Love you all. Please feel free to share this with whoever needs it. Hit the bell button. Hit the subscribe button. Like. Thank you for your time. And I'll see you next time. Why do I keep saying time? I don't know. Have a good first part of the summer. Do crazy, happy, good stuff. Don't get in trouble. And catch some rays. Because if you live where I do, we only get rays for certain parts of the season, and then we miss it all year. See you all next time. Bye.